So the Champions League returned Tuesday night for its round of 16 fixtures. The encounter between Carlo Ancelotti's Real Madrid and Mauricio Pochettino's Paris Saint Germain has been arguably the most dogged game in the round of 16. So on Tuesday, we saw two superstars, Benzema and Neymar, playing for the first time after spending some time recovering from their injuries. Neymar was out of action for 2 months after the ankle injury he suffered during the 1-3 victory at Saint Etienne late in November, while for the Galacticos Benzema had picked up a hamstring problem against Elche and missed the last three Real Madrid games. Both teams needed their superstars for such a big match at this point of the season. In the first half, Real Madrid started the game very patiently, trying to keep possession and initiating every play from their own box. It was difficult for them to maintain possession as PSG was hunting them down and pressing them high on the pitch. There was only one key moment in the 17th minute when Mbappe broke in behind the Real Madrid defense from a long ball forward from Mendes. He took a touch away from Militao and got a strike away on his left foot that turned past the left post of Courtois. Apart of this moment, Real Madrid was under pressure constantly, but even if they couldn't get out of their box, they managed to display their prowess defensively with their defenders and their midfielders staying alert and always in the right position to make sure that PSG wouldn't find space that would give them access inside the box. PSG had Messi as their maestro who would try to make key passes that would put his teammates in a position to score, but Casemiro, Kroos and Modric did a great job covering the spaces and anticipating the next play. PSG was on the attack during almost the entire first half. They were patient and were looking for Mbappe to try to display his skills and get through Madrid's defense attacking from the left side, but Carvajal's presence there was felt significantly. The game was physical from the start, and at the end of the first half, the intensity went up when Casemiro conceded a tough foul of Paredes and received a yellow card for his altercation with Verratti, who also got booked from the referee. Unfortunately for Madrid, Casemiro got suspended and won't play in the second leg, but they still have other top quality players such as Valverde and Camavinga who can replace Casemiro in this position. In the second half, Madrid was more aggressive in the first 10 minutes but couldn't find rhythm. It was really disappointing watching them sitting back and waiting for PSG to make a mistake and get the ball and rely 100% on counter attacks. All they had to do was to be more aggressive with the ball in a more compact system that would allow them to move the ball comfortably with accurate passing game and better communication between the players. They needed players such as Asensio and Vinicius to be more active on the wings, to share the ball more and play as a team. We didn't see that. Do you understand how embarrassing it is for such a top level team to finish the game with zero shots on target, zero? PSG was all over them, creating more opportunities and they wanted to win this game. I don't know what Real Madrid was trying to do just sitting back. I really don't. Let's take a look at the statistics here. So as you can see, here we have the statistics of the first half and the second half. But there is a huge difference when it comes to shots on goal because Real Madrid literally never threatened PSG's box. They didn't have a shot on the target. And as you can see also goalkeeper saves. I mean Courtois was in trouble, especially in the second half, where PSG was more aggressive. Then PSG earned the penalty that Messi missed, and Messi was one short of 50 career goals in the Champions League knockout stages. a figure that only Cristiano Ronaldo, who is on 67, has managed to reach so far. So I want to show you what Courtois said after the game. So here is Courtois' statement. He said, obviously he shoots a lot of penalties in a season, so it's hard to guess right, Courtois told BT Sport, but he missed a few ones on this side, the right, so I think it was obvious he was going to the left. Maybe in the middle he scored one against Leipzig, so I just said, okay, we will go to the left, and I had a good save. Also, for what it's worth, let's see what former Chelsea star Dembaba has revealed uh, regarding the penalty. I think this is a very significant statement. So let's see what he said. Just for info, an analysis done by the guys of Chelsea in 2014 before the semi-final of Champions League showed us that Courtois always dives on the cross side of the strike. Apparently, that hasn't changed. So let's see what Courtois said about the goal and how Madrid has to approach the game in the second leg. So Courtois spoke about the goal that Mbappe scored in the last minute, and he said, I went down as far as I could to block the far side because he likes to shoot on the left side, but the ball went just in the right space under my body. It's a bit hard to take after such a game, but it still means we have to win at home. Even with a draw, we had to win at home anyway. So in these situations, you have to react fast, and that's what he did. But unfortunately for him, the ball went through his legs, and now the PSG and now PSG has the advantage when the next game will happen in Madrid. Courtois continued saying that it was a hard game for us offensively. We weren't calm on the ball and we didn't have the right passing to cope with the pressure. Just to say here that when he says they didn't have the right passing, he means that the pressure was tremendous and they couldn't keep the ball for more than 1 minute, because that's what we saw. Now he says on the counter attack, if you are not 100% good in the Champions League, it is hard to create chances. Well, that's true, but you can't rely on 100% of the counterattacks. This is not a tactic that can get any team too far in any competition. And then he continued saying that at home it will have to be better, and I'm sure we will do better. We believe, and I'm sure we can win. Of course, it's possible. Of course, it's possible because Real Madrid still have a big squad that can change the outcome, but the coach has to notice that counterattacks and long passes don't work. Then he needs to make adjustments. We need to see a collective effort. Also, chemistry and communication are some of the key words for Real Madrid. What I want to point out before we take a look at the statement that Ancelotti made after the game, Ancelotti saw that the team wasn't playing well, and but instead of changing either the system or making some subs early in the second half, he made them in the last 8 minutes of the game. He took Carvajal out, who did an incredible job against Mbappe, and instead of using Valverde as the right fullback, he put Vasquez in a position that he has played before, but it's not his main position. I think that he should have put Valverde there, a player who can get physical and could have put Mbappe in the predicament and probably would have avoided the penetration in the last minute. He took Asensio out, no problem with that, but this is where Vasquez should have played. Ancelotti detected the problem early but made no moves to change the situation. So let's see now what he said after the game. We were made to suffer. We performed pretty well defensively. We weren't aggressive and failed to perform when in possession. We really struggled to overcome PSG's press in our half, and that's why we didn't create any clear-cut chances. We struggled to get out of our own half, and couldn't get the ball out wide to Asensio and Vini, while Karim didn't have any chances to get on the ball. There is no fancy explanation for it. That's just how it played out. We didn't perform as we wanted to in possession. So let's summarize and see and talk about what happened in this game. So for Real Madrid, they had zero energy and zero intensity in the game. They relied 100% on the possibility of catching PSG off guard with a counter-attack, something that didn't happen at any point of the game. Vinicius and Asensio were nowhere to be found, and every time that they had the ball, they were in positions that got outnumbered by PSG players. Also, I didn't have many expectations for Benzema because he just came back from the injury, and the ball didn't ever get to him anyway. And Ancelotti made the right substitution to take him out because he was tired, and you have to take it easy with a guy who was injured. So Ancelotti also made some subs really late in the game, probably thought that the game would end as a tie, 0-0, but Mbappe scored in the end, so now, you know, they have to do better in Madrid. And also they were in panic in mode, as Courtois said, and that's why there was no battle between the two. The battle was one-sided. So let's look at what PSG did well. So PSG, they were in attack mode from the first minute. They knew that it wouldn't be easy to get past Madrid's defense, but they kept pushing and pushing, and they finally scored in the last minute. Neymar, who was out for 2 months, he came back. Pochettino used him and amplified them offensively, and he was the one who gave the ball to Mbappe in the left flank, and Mbappe went through Vasquez and Militao and scored. Also, now for Real Madrid, as we will talk in a little bit about the second leg, to score against them, you have to go through a double wall as they defend in a very compact system. So Ancelotti was asked about the second leg and how he feels about his team and what he thinks that they can do to turn this game around. So as you can see, he said that now we face the return leg back at our place, and we haven't got that concern about the way goals rule. That could end up helping us. Should we be optimistic? PSG clearly have a small advantage, and I hope that it doesn't prove to be enough in the game back at the Bernabeu. I'm optimistic because we will go out there with 11 players and 50,000 fans inside the Bernabeu. That's why I'm optimistic. So of course he has the right to be optimistic, and because he has so many talented players available, and he can use this quality. But they definitely need to be more aggressive and play as a team, and not they don't have to panic. They will play at home in front of their fans, and it's a great opportunity for them to use the atmosphere that the fans will create and score goals. Now with Benzema back, they have their main striker, and it's a great opportunity for them to get him involved in the final third. So it's a matter of change of the mentality, and they definitely have to make some adjustments in their game and in their starting lineup. So this is the video for today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe, and like the video.